I was 14, I won the Inter-Asia painting competition.
ओ भाई ये सब भी कुछ होता है लाइक बड़े लेवल पे?
हाँ, बट मेरे को पता नहीं था कि बड़े लेवल पे। स्कूल वालों ने बोला 7 पेंटिंग्स बना के दे दो, मैंने बना के दे दिया and I won somehow. So I was doodling the teacher while she was teaching me, and due to which I got severe beatings also in my school. First year I attended 2 classes, second year 0, then third year 1 class. And every year I used to write that undertaking कि next year I'll be a good boy and I will do this. I will attend all the classes. हर साल undertaking देके next year class में चले जाते. My parents said do what you want to do. But they spent all their money in my MBA, you know, all their life savings. So they were just worried कि कुछ कर ले इसका अगर इतना पैसा लगाया. And everyone in Delhi was becoming a DJ at that time. There was a lot of institutes coming up. बहुत सारे सिखा रहे थे.
DJs, Suketu, DJ Akbar Sami, Dana.
हाँ, वहाँ पे 1-2 साल मैंने काम किया अपने मतलब सुबह कॉलेज और शाम को इंटर्नशिप और उसके बाद रात को आई एम प्लेइंग डीजे. सैटरडे संडे में टाटू भी कर रहा हूँ या थर्सडे को किसी का क्लाइंट आ गया कि किसी फ्रेंड के फ्रेंड को टाटू बनाना तो मैं वो भी कर रहा हूँ. So I was doing 2 or 3 things till night and I was never free.
कि भाई अगर कभी आर्टिस्ट देखना हो ना तो हमेशा बड़े टैटू लगाना. आप कितना ही अच्छा सुंदर डिजाइन दे दोगे वो छोटे टैटू में मजा नहीं आएगा. वो दिखेगा थोड़ी देर में स्किन ये हो जाएगी, बड़ी हो जाएगी, छोटी हो जाएगी.
There are a lot of people who are going through a lot of good and bad times, and a lot of people are going through hard times especially. So tattoo artists, I always tell them that they sometimes you have to play the part of a psychologist also.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Aabir Lahiry. You're watching Wassup Aabir. In this brand new episode of Wassup Aabir, I'll be in conversation with Lokesh Verma. Lokesh Verma is a tattoo artist and actually the OG tattoo artist of India. He's the founder and a tattoo artist with Devilz Tattoo. इंडिया के बहुत सारे लोगों के हाथ में बहुत सारे अलग अलग टाइप के नक्शे बनाए उन्होंने. So it's great to have a conversation with a person like this जिन्होंने tattoo culture को इंडिया में बढ़ाया है. So watch out this episode for some really interesting scoops.
What's up? Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you, my pleasure.
कैसी रही अभी तक की जर्नी and where did you grow up? Where did you start this art?
So I was born in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Although I'm not a Gujarati.
Okay.
My father was in the army, so he was
okay.
posted when I was born in '83.
Okay.
He was posted there, and we always had a house in Delhi, a small house.
Okay.
Some Dadaji's house. So when I was 10, so 1992 or 93, I think 92, I moved to Delhi.
Okay.
And I did my graduation and schooling all from Delhi. So Kendra Vidyalaya.
Okay.
And then after that, Arvindo College.
Okay.
And then I did my master's also in business administration, MBA,
Okay.
from Wigan and Lake College. It's actually PGTBM. So.
Okay.
So yeah, so this was my educational career. Family-wise, my father was retired from the army, so we were pretty middle to lower middle class, 1-room house and everything.
Okay.
So nothing lavish. But I was always into art or alternative subcultures.
Okay.
So I was always interested in something which is not पढ़ाई.
ठीक है. पूरा सेंस बनता है.
है ना. तो ड्राइंग बचपन से कर रहा था, but मन नहीं लगता था. I used to draw teachers. Teacher is writing on the blackboard, but I'm drawing.
Doodling it.
Yeah, so I was doodling the teacher while she was teaching me, and due to which I got severe beatings also in my school. So drawing was always a passion.
Okay.
I was 14, I won the Inter-Asia painting competition.
ओ भाई ये सब भी कुछ होता है लाइक बड़े लेवल पे?
हाँ, बट मेरे को पता नहीं था कि बड़े लेवल पे. स्कूल वालों ने बोला 7 पेंटिंग्स बना के दे दो, मैंने बना के दे दिया and I won somehow. So ऐसे सब. But you know when you are 15, 16, 17 and you are entering those years to be little more mischievous and naughty, then you forget drawing and all.
Agreed.
तो थोड़ा बिगड़ गया मैं. 10th में फिर 47% आए इस क्लास में. इस तो फिर कॉमर्स में 45% का कट ऑफ था उस टाइम. तो कॉमर्स में मिल गया एडमिशन. आई डिड नॉट इवन नो व्हाई एम आई टेकिंग कॉमर्स.
जो मिला वो लिया, मैं चूज नहीं किया था.
हाँ, तो मैंने भी ले लिया. तो ऐसे करके फिर 12th में आई गॉट अराउंड 61%, which was a big deal for me. Okay, पहले से अच्छा किया.
चलो बढ़िया.
And after that again अरविंदो कॉलेज में एडमिशन मिल गया. I was aimless like most of the young people. I don't know, आजकल तो बहुत ज़्यादा
तो भी थोड़े कॉन्शियस
काउंसलिंग और बहुत आजकल मतलब 15 years old have their own brain. हम लोग तो ऐसे वाइल्ड एंड पागल टाइप घूमते थे. तो ग्रेजुएशन में 3 साल में I attended 3 classes only in Arvindo College. It was a full-time college. First year I attended 2 classes, second year 0, then third year one class, and every year I used to write that undertaking कि next year I'll be a good boy and I will do this, I will attend all the classes. हर साल undertaking देके next year class में चले आते थे. So somehow I passed this college. But when I was doing this, what I was doing, when I was not attending the college, I was always doing small jobs. Okay. So actually मेरा 12th का जब last paper हुआ था, results भी नहीं आए थे. I was 16 plus that time, not even complete 17. My first job was to distribute pamphlets on the road because I needed money that time. Parents से मांग नहीं सकते, the condition financially was.
पैसे क्यों जरूरत थी? मतलब पैसे ऐसे क्या थे?
अरे मेरे सारे दोस्त जैसे मूवीज देखने आ रहे हैं उस टाइम ना, तो यही होता है, मूवी देखनी है, बाहर खाना है,
पार्टी करनी है,
हाँ मतलब कुछ भी खाना है,
मेक सेंस.
तो जेब में 10-20 रुपए होते थे, उससे कुछ नहीं होता था. जो 100 रुपए मिलते थे महीने के वो वैसे ही खर्च हो जाते थे. So I needed my own money. So when I was 16, I started working that day, and till date I'm working.
Very good.
So I'm 40 now. Last year I turned 40. So 24 years. So I have been always doing something or the other. So पहले जैसे बताया, this pamphlet distribution 100 रुपए रोज के मिलते थे. When I started working at McDonald's, then my uncle had a DJ console. उनका DJ एक दिन बीमार हो गया था. He used to rent out these. So मैंने कहा मैं प्ले कर दूंगा, मेरे को दे दो 2 दिन के लिए प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए. So I just on the fly figured out कि कैसे पैसे बनाने हैं. McDonald's में.
But did that DJ gig work for you?
Yeah, I did it for 2 years.
Wow.
Just because I was making.
I learned it for 2 days. No, sorry, not.
2 days I did it on my own because there was no one to teach me. But I had seen this guy, playing.
It's a pretty niche thing.
Yeah, and that too next to City Fort in the village restaurant complex where there was a pub called Tonic, and the crowd was also well versed. Yes, but I was sure that I will do it because I had nothing to lose. Because I had no other option. So मेरे को करना है, मेरे को डर नहीं था कुछ भी करने का. And I had 500 rupees to gain also.
So cool, so cool.
तो मतलब महीने में
500 रुपए बड़ी वैल्यू थी.
हाँ, 3,000 रुपए महीने का मैकडोनल्ड्स में मिलता था मुझे उस टाइम. I mean मैकडोनल्ड्स का प्राइस when I started was 20 rupees per hour. So I used to work for 6 hours and earn 120 rupees in a day. So उसके लिए 500 एक दिन में मिल रहा है. It's like this is the thing.
Makes sense, यार. सही.
So I started doing that, and in one of these parties I saw someone with a tattoo and got, this is the thing I want to do now. And in that, this is around 2001 to 2003 I did DJing. Okay. And everyone in Delhi was becoming a DJ at that time. There was a lot of institutes coming up. बहुत सारे सिखा रहे थे.
DJs, Suketu, DJ Akbar Sami, ये वो वाला टाइम था एकदम.
DJ Sunny
गाने DJs गाने मिक्स हो रहे हैं.
उस टाइम क्लब्स भी इतने ज़्यादा नहीं होते थे. माई काइंड ऑफ प्लेस होता था और 2-4 एक जीके में V2 होता था. ये सब चीज़ें.
अच्छा.
So it was very niche, but everyone. And especially Delhi में, I used to get a lot of Punjabi requests which I don't play or don't listen to. Okay. तो कुछ भी I'm trying to play, but वो request आएगी पंजाबी की. So I was like, no, this is not for me. But yeah, I saw the tattoo and I was fascinated by it because I was like, मेरे को अपने ऊपर करवाना है ये. मतलब I was not actually taking it as a career. Okay. I was just fascinated कि होता कैसे है.
और कुछ crazy लग रहा है मुझे चाहिए.
2001 की बात है जब मैंने पहली बार लाइव टैटू देखा किसी के ऊपर किसी पार्टी में. तो आज से 22 साल पहले. तो ये मुझे करवाना है, नॉट करना है, करवाना है अपने ऊपर. तो मैंने सर्च किया तो दिल्ली में कोई करता नहीं था उस टाइम. बॉम्बे में गोवा में देयर यूज्ड टू बी अ गाय एंडी हु यूज्ड टू विजिट फ्रॉम इंग्लैंड, एंड आई हर्ड के वो आता है, वो करता है, पूरा ट्रिप का खर्चा, टैटू का खर्चा 10-15 हज़ार होगा. उतना तो मेरे पास पैसे है नहीं. सो आई कलेक्टेड सम मनी. समवन वाज कमिंग फ्रॉम USA, एंड एज डीजे मैंने किया कि अपने आप शुरू करते. मैंने कहा किट मंगवा लेता हूँ, कल तो मैं लूँगा ही कैसे भी, because someone has invented this whole thing, right? Someone has invented the tattoo machine from the beginning. Inks they have manufactured, invented, what is good, what is bad about it. What I have to do is, I have to just buy everything and assemble it and do it.
Agreed.
If someone can make it from the scratch, I can assemble and do it. So this was the first tattoo actually I did. First time. This part. And this
इसको अभी रीटच किया क्या?
नहीं ये वैसे ही.
So cool man. बट कितना रस्टिक और कितना नया लग रहा है आज भी. बट उस टाइम पे इंक कितनी थी? अच्छा ये पहले और डार्क रहा होगा.
हाँ ये पहले और डार्क था. If you see, no, it's not.
Oh, this is Devil.
This is Devil.
Oh.
Because I used to be DJ Devil.
Okay. That's why the Devil's tattoo.
That's why the Devil's tattoo. There's no other.
And how come this name DJ Devil came into? Because cool लगता था इसलिए.
हाँ, और my friends used to call me because I was not religious at that point, and still I'm not religious.
Okay.
So this is kind of not.
तो भगवान में विश्वास नहीं करता तो शैतान है.
हाँ वो लोग मुझे ऐसे ही बोलते थे, but it's not like I worship devil or anything like that.
हाँ ठीक है,
but just to piss off religious people, I kept this name of Devil's Tattooz.
ठीक है.
And with a Z, because Z was also cool that time. But I just stuck with it. Now I cannot change it.
नहीं ठीक है.
हाँ, so this was my small journey कि किसी का देखा, बस पैसे नहीं है तो मेरे को मैंने कहा ठीक है मशीन ही
और फिर मशीन आई
गेट अनलिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ टैटूज ऑन माई सेल्फ, या तो मैं 10,000 रुपये एक टैटू
खुद पे किया।
हाँ ये वाला। उस टाइम तो स्टेंसिल या कुछ भी नहीं होता था मेरे पास, कार्बन पेपर से ट्रेस करते थे, वो एक बार में मिट जाता था। तो ये पूरा बॉल पेन से पहले इसको ड्रॉ किया हाथ से, रेनॉल्ड्स का 5 रुपये वाले पेन से, उसके ऊपर उसको टैटू किया। एंड मी एंड माई सिस्टर इज 3 years elder to me, और मैं यहाँ पे it's difficult to tattoo this side because I cannot see from that side.
Agreed, हाँ।
So we were sitting in my room, I gave the machine to my sister, like do it here.
ये सब कुछ है उस टैटू का part?
This is my sister has done this part. So we were like,
oh, I just thought the name Devil was the first tattoo.
Yeah, this was the first tattoo, and then within the next 1-2 weeks or within a month we finished. So my sister was also like, we were not thinking about anything, we just had to do whatever we wanted.
और मजे आ रहे थे।
हाँ मजे आ रहे थे, तू ये मशीन पकड़ और कर दे यहाँ पे ऐसे करके उस टाइम।
यार मतलब देखो पॉइंट इज मैंने 2-3 टैटू बनवाए हैं, आई नो द पेन, इट्स नॉट दैट इजी जितना आप चिलिंग बोल रहे हो, कुछ तो होगा यार स्ट्रगल।
वो जो था वो पैशन और क्रेजीनेस था कि मेरे को करना है। व्हेन यू आर क्रेजी अबाउट समथिंग नो, then you end up doing it. If like whatever you are doing, if you want to be the director, you will find a way to become that. You will just work for free. You will do extra shifts, late nights or early mornings, because you are crazy about it. You will not think about money, you will not think about anything else. तो मेरे को हाँ कराने बहुत पेन हो रहा है उस टाइम। तो मेरी मशीन जैसे नॉर्मल वोल्टेज is between 6 to 9 to 10 volts we need to work on. My power supply used to go till 18 volts, and we used to think कि जितना तेज करेंगे उतना अच्छा आएगा। तो it used to be a lot of pain and blood and all that. We are working on 3 times.
But how did you learn? Like, did you read? Did you?
No. There was no Google at that time, 2003. There was no YouTube. YouTube did not used to exist. आजकल तो आपको कुछ भी करना है आप YouTube पे देख के कर सकते हैं, बट उस टाइम YouTube होता ही नहीं था। कोई 2005 या 7 में आया YouTube। सो उस टाइम तो देयर वाज नो ट्यूटोरियल, कोई मैगजीन नहीं आती थी इंडिया में टैटू की।
जो करो खुद ही पता करो।
बस एक याहू चैट होता था उस टाइम, मतलब कहीं पे हम कुछ नहीं ढूंढ सकते।
रेडिफ बोल और याहू चैट, वाओ
एग्जैक्टली। तो वही सब, मतलब कुछ नहीं, यहाँ पे मशीन रखा है, असेंबल किया, पता नहीं था नीडल कितने जाएगी, कितना नीडल बाहर आना है मशीन से। वी आर जस्ट, एंड दिस टैटू वाज डन लाइक 2 or 3 times till it's so bad. So yeah, we did like, my father was so supportive, he gave me his arm, like, yeah, do it on me.
So, oh, so cool, yeah.
Yeah, so my parents were very supportive in this. Everything apart, my parents said, do what you want to do. But they spent all their money in my MBA, all their life savings. So they were just worried कि कुछ कर ले इसका, अगर इतना पैसा लगाया तो. ठीक है. So I started working in some companies part-time. So my MBA was from 2003 till 2005. Okay. So the morning 8 to 12 used to be our classes. Then 12 to 6 used to be our internship. 12:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
So we were placed in some company in Gurgaon which we used to make clothes, Orient Craft.
Okay.
तो वहाँ पे 1-2 साल मैंने काम किया अपने, मतलब सुबह कॉलेज और शाम को इंटर्नशिप, और उसके बाद रात को आई एम प्लेइंग डीजे। सैटरडे संडे में टाटू भी कर रहा हूँ, या थर्सडे को किसी का क्लाइंट आ गया कि किसी फ्रेंड के फ्रेंड को टाटू बनाना, तो मैं वो भी कर रहा हूँ।
Good.
So I was doing 2 or 3 things till night, and I was never free.
And if you don't mind sharing, how much were you charging on that time? उसमें क्या
that
price
time,
होते थे?
first 2 years I was working for free. So
for tattoos?
हाँ, for free. Seriously, that's what I'm telling you. To be
मुझे
crazy.
तो क्लीन स्लेट मिल रहा है, मुझे स्लेट की कमी हो गई, आप मुझे स्लेट दे दो।
उस टाइम तो कोई टाटू को ज्यादातर लोगों को
पता भी नहीं था, वो बुद्ध नहीं पता थी जो मेले में होती थी।
Exactly, people were apprehensive, ये कराना ही नहीं है। So I used to earn money from all these small things, DJing करके या apprenticeship करके, अपना जो थोड़े बहुत पैसे कमा रहा हूँ, I used to invest that money in buying equipment, because बाहर से ही आता था सब, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, USA से, और eBay के थ्रू या कहीं से मंगवाया नीडलिंग। उसके बाद अपने पैसे खर्च करके, actually I was losing money in doing tattoos. So everything I did from age 16 till this 22, 23 to earn money, this was the only thing I did not to earn money. And this was the thing which actually made me all the money, because that was not my I did not run after money. I just ran after, you had to be just crazy about something, and automatically it will fetch you the results. So this was the only thing I always tell you, जो मैंने selflessly बिना पैसे के लिए किया। In fact मैं lose कर रहा था पैसे, जो कमाता था लोगों को दे रहा हूँ मैं एक तरीके से पैसे।
हाँ यार, मतलब
इंक भी फ्री की, नीडल भी फ्री की, उनको कुछ पे नहीं करना।
और हर नीडल नहीं होनी चाहिए, because बीमारी होगा, ब्लड से
everything. So वो सब करके तो people started knowing my name a little bit. So my friend had a salon in Vasant Vihar. तो जब मैंने 2003 से 5 तक मैंने अपना इंटर्नशिप पूरी की, मुझे लगा ये कॉर्पोरेट तो मेरे लिए नहीं है। So 5 में I opened the first studio in Vasant Vihar, that too part time के अभी हम लोग एक उसका छोटा सा रूम था सैलून में, गिव मी दिस स्पेस एंड आई विल जस्ट वर्क ऑन द वीकेंड्स हियर. सो आई स्टिल कंटिन्यूड माई दूसरा जॉब. 10,000 रुपये मिलते थे वहाँ से महीने के, और मैं यहाँ पे सिर्फ सैटरडे संडेज काम करके 20-30 हज़ार रुपये कमा लेता था. सो आई शोड माई पेरेंट्स दैट आई एम अर्निंग ट्वाइस और थ्राइस फ्रॉम दिस पैशन ऑफ माई.
इसको फुल टाइम करूंगा तो लाखों छाप.
बट माई पेरेंट्स सेड के आज किसी ने टाटू कराया, वो कल नहीं आएगा ना, वो परसों भी नहीं, अगले महीने भी नहीं आएगा, वो अगले साल भी नहीं आएगा. इतने जल्दी फ्रीक्वेंटली कोई टाटू नहीं कराता. दे वर ऑल्सो राइट. सो आई हैड टू टेस्ट इट. सो आई डिड इट फॉर 1 more year. And consistently I showed them at least twice or 3 times the amount I'm making from this job, and I'm just by working on Saturday Sunday I'm making 2-3 times here, and moreover it's most importantly I'm more happy doing this.
Agreed.
So my parents said, see, you will not listen to us anyway, do what you have to do. My mother still says that. मैं उनसे कुछ भी पूछता हूँ वो बोलती है तुझे करना
तो वही है जो
तुझे करना है, तो मुझसे पूछ ही कर. So this is exactly what she said again, and next day I just resigned and started tattooing full time. So
उसी सैलून में दोस्त के साथ.
हाँ, उसी सैलून में दोस्त के साथ. तो फिर उसके बाद धीरे धीरे फिर मैं वीकडेज पे भी टैटू करने लग गया, एंड यू नो इट स्टार्टेड.
तब टैटू धीरे धीरे पॉपुलर होना चालू.
So 2006-07 में
you guys were the only one, right? You were the only one, not guys actually.
There was Funky Monkey in Gurgaon.
अच्छा, there was somebody else also.
Yeah, in 2002, 1 year before me they opened, and Hardy, the owner of the place, God bless him, he passed away this few months ago. But yeah, so he was the first guy, but he was not an artist himself. He used to bring artists from Thailand and all.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was one more guy in Delhi who used to go to Goa and do it sometimes here. So not like, but we were like consistently putting out good work, and then you know there were few guys who wanted to learn, some young guys. So I started teaching them. So that's how the team started building. So Amar was my first student who's still with me after 20 years.
Wow.
He started. So वसंत विहार में छोटा सा रूम था, तो स्टूडेंट भी आ गया एक. फिर एक इंटरनेशनल आर्टिस्ट कनाडा का था. His girlfriend was posted in the Canadian embassy here. She was an ambassador, and he was a tattoo artist, but he had nowhere to work. So they roam around in Vasant Vihar area. He saw a tattoo studio. He said, "I want to work with you." His work was amazing also. So I could not say no.
और वो भी एक्सपर्ट मिल गया यार अचानक से. हम तो नए सीख रहे हैं, वो अचानक से आ गया.
हाँ, exactly.
So cool. और एक तो इंडियंस का ना फिरंगी की स्किन देख के एक अलग हैंगओवर कि अरे भाई साहब आप तो सबसे बढ़िया होंगे.
Exactly.
तो क्लाइंट भी एकदम कूद के अरे फिरंगी टैटू करता है.
हाँ, तो फिर वो स्पेस छोटा पड़ने लग गया हमको वसंत विहार में, एक छोटा सा जो रूम था. सो वी ओपनड आवर फर्स्ट स्टूडियो इन जीके इन 2008.
द कैलाश कॉलोनी वन.
GK1, ग्रेटर कैलाश 1.
Okay. Yeah. अच्छा, this is not the Kailash Colony studio.
There is no Kailash Colony studio. It's in GK1.
अच्छा, M block GK. Sorry, मैं confused हो गया. M block GK.
GK1 M block वाला studio we opened in 2008 because we were short of space in Vasant Vihar.
Okay.
So Amar, my student, started handling the Vasant Vihar studio.
Okay.
That ran for another 3-4 years. फिर उसको permanently हमने shut down कर दिया because then we wanted to be more professional, not just inside a salon. So 2008 was the full-fledged studio in GK1 where me, this international artist, and then 1 or 2 more artists joined. So slowly we opened, after GK1 we opened Gurgaon in Galleria, then in Vegas Mall 2 years ago in the mall. So, and then I moved out of India last year. I live and work in Luxembourg now where we have our biggest studio.
Okay.
So now together we
But that's a full-time gig there as well, right?
I'm
You
there
moved
full-time.
because of tattoo.
I moved because of the tattoo and because I had worked in 17 countries in the last
Okay.
20 साल में. So I had a lot of clients from Europe.
Okay.
A lot. Like Europe used to be my wife's favorite destination, so we used to go there only.
Okay.
US she does not prefer because of the gun violence and all, and Canada is like too far away and it's
कहीं विदेश जाना था तो यूरोप चलता है.
so US is the center of the world. No, you have to go to US a 10 hours flight. You have to come to India 8-hour flight. So I was working in Europe since 2010 till now, till last year. Every year, 3 months or 6 months, we were there. Okay. So it was like we were very familiar with all the countries there.
Okay.
So when we decided to move, we chose Luxembourg because it's a really small country, 600,000 people.
Sukoon.
And my studio is in the center. So you can say the CP of Luxembourg where it is.
Wow.
So it's right in the center. And if you drive to Germany, it's 20 minutes drive to Germany, 30 minutes drive to France, and 30 minutes drive to Belgium. So 3 countries within 30 minutes.
और सब शेंगेन है तो कोई इशू नहीं है.
Schengen is actually a place in Luxembourg only.
Oh.
You say the Schengen visa. So that was the treaty which was made.
I know it's a treaty. Achha, I didn't know that it's in.
It's in the south east of Luxembourg. It's a small village, Schengen.
So cool.
So they have the whole flag and all also. General knowledge.
Okay.
So Schengen visa जो होता है वो Luxembourg में ही वो हुआ था. जगह है Schengen. So that's why we moved there. geographically, I had a lot of clients coming from Germany and France, and then it's the per capita income. It's the richest country in the world in terms of that. So the lifestyle is good. The tattoo artists want, first thing they want is like big pieces. In India, people get really small pieces done. Here, you don't have freedom. किसी को tattoo India में करवाना है तो छोटा tattoo करवाना है. In Europe or USA, if you go, people usually go for this big or at least half sleeves.
Yeah.
कोई नहीं बोलता है कि इतना सा नाम लिख दो आप.
Agreed.
So that artistically it improves my work a lot. So that was the reason we decided. My son was 6 when we moved there. Now he's 8. So almost 2 years. Yeah. So
But बड़े tattoos का feel बहुत ही अलग है ना.
हाँ. So
I remember initially I had 2 tattoos, very small tattoos. The third one I got a big tattoo, and that was also from your student, friend, whatever you want to call him, TJ. So he actually told me कि भाई अगर कभी आर्टिस्ट देखना हो ना तो हमेशा बड़े टैटू लगाना. आप कितना ही अच्छा सुंदर डिजाइन दे दोगे, वो छोटे टैटू में मजा नहीं आएगा. वो दिखेगा थोड़ी देर में, स्किन ये हो जाएगी, बड़ी हो जाएगी, छोटी हो जाएगी. How come tattoo came into place? Like, do you know the history? मैं इस चीज के बारे में थोड़ा interested था. If you,
I mean, tattooing in India is been going on since my Nana had a big Lord Krishna portrait on like the whole body on his thigh.
ये करते थे कौन थे फिर?
He was from Haryana, so I don't know कहाँ से कराया था, but Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, in fact every state, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, every tribe have their own cultural tattoos. Rajasthani tattoos उनका अलग pattern होता है, छत्तीसगढ़ का अलग
होता है.
तो इंडिया में ये मतलब 500,000 years से हो रहा है. In fact, not only in India, Thailand has their own culture, Japan has their own Tibori culture.
Agreed.
आइसलैंड में 1800 I don't know कितना साल पर
हम Polynesian tattoos देखते हैं जो सबसे
Polynesian exactly
aesthetically इतने beautiful दिखते हैं.
Maori tattoos.
Maori tattoos.
So everywhere in the world there are tattoos have been going on since ages, but they were very traditional patterns, and now people are breaking away from those traditions, and people are getting more commercial or more meaningful things to them. Like if you believe in some saying or your faith, you will get something written according to that, or your wives or your children or your parents' portraits. So tattoos became more and more significant to each individual rather than getting a tribal tattoo which depicts the motto of the tribe. So those tribes are not there anymore. अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे 1000 लोगों की ट्राइब में ऐसे रहते हैं दिल्ली के आसपास, तो उन सब ट्राइब का अलग सिंबल्स होते हैं, फिर वो उसी को टैटू कराते हैं. But yeah, the world is becoming smaller. People are getting tattoos for more aesthetic reasons to look, or maybe for some personal reasons which they mean or related to their faith or something. So yeah, it became more and more commercial. But if you go into history, there was the Iceman, Ozzy the Iceman. His mummified body was found in some Alps, and I don't know, it's 2000 or some years old, and he has still intact tattoos on his body. So tattoos go way back than what we can imagine.
Wow. Which is the craziest tattoo you have ever made? You made.
Craziest is
like जो सबसे दिल के करीब हो कि यार क्या ही बना दिया मैंने.
नहीं ऐसा मेरा कुछ नहीं है. If you see my portfolio, when I do a tattoo, I really like it, but when I go home, then I don't like it anymore. Like any artist, they will love their artwork, but when they reflect back on it, they always find some flaws in it. So there are some good pieces that I've done. You can go to my portfolio and see which one is your favorite. But mine, even a single small tattoo.
What do you like making the most?
I used to like making portraits a lot.
Okay.
And I was the first guy to start colored portraits in India. But now since everyone started doing it, then I don't want to. You always want to be something special. But अभी मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा, so I'm just sticking to portraits. But now in Luxembourg, the good thing is I get all sorts of requests. It's like a street level shop that we have.
Okay.
So we have a lot of walk-ins who request for anything. So there's me and my apprentice, and one more artist is joining, permanent artist. Okay. So right now I have to do all sorts of things, which I thought I will not like, but I'm actually loving it because portrait 10-15 साल से करते करते मैं बोर हो चुका था. तो अभी कुछ भी आता है, on the fly you have to.
पहले सिर्फ आप पोर्ट्रेट करते थे और कुछ भी नहीं करते थे.
मतलब शुरू में तो मैं सब कुछ करता था.
हाँ, बाद में जब लोग
बड़ी हुई तो फिर मैं पोर्ट्रेट स्पेशलाइज करना, उसी पे ध्यान देना शुरू कर दिया. बट लग्जमबर्ग में अगेन आई हैव टू डू एवरीथिंग, एंड
बिकॉज़ इतने लोग हायर नहीं कर सकते, नया सेटअप है, सब कुछ है.
एंड देन आई एम लविंग इट एक्चुअली. So अभी तो I don't know which direction I'll go to, but right now I'm doing all sorts of.
What do you hate doing the most?
I don't hate anything.
अरे होगा दिल में कुछ तो होगा कि यार ये मत बनवाया करो यार, अंदर का आर्टिस्ट को एकदम बुरा लगता है.
नहीं, मोस्टली आर्टिस्ट को अगर आप देखोगे तो इन्फिनिटी और ये birds
चिड़िया
बनाना बहुत बुरा लगता है, but I don't mind it. I think it's
हाँ, their God, यार,
it's
हाँ.
their body and they really want it, so who am I to say anything?
True.
मतलब I don't have that artist का attitude कि मैं ये नहीं बनाऊंगा. That is also a reason for success, I will say, because I always go with what the client wants. कई आर्टिस्ट होते हैं अपना आर्टिस्ट वाला एटीट्यूड थोड़ा दिखा देते हैं कि आई डोंट डू दिस शिट. I don't, it means something to them, or even if it does not mean, you are not a teacher who will teach everyone in the world what to get, what not to get. If they really want it, you should do it. So I'm very
art is very subjective in nature यार. किसी के लिए कुछ और आर्ट होगा, मतलब हो सकता है उसको चिड़िया या इन्फिनिटी पसंद होगा.
मैं कभी किसी के टैटू के नहीं बोलूंगा कि खराब है या गंदा है, या मतलब अगर लाइनें ठीक से नहीं खींची वो अलग बात है, बट उसका मीनिंग क्या है उसके लिए आई वुड नेवर से दैट, बिकॉज इट्स देयर लाइफ, देयर बॉडी. आई कैन नॉट go into their mind and see कि क्यों उन्होंने बनवाया, उनका डेफिनेटली कोई रीजन होगा.
अग्रीड. और किसी ने अगर मैं बोलता हूँ नशे में भी बनवा लिया, उसका कॉलेज उसकी लाइफ है यार.
वो नशे में भी बनवाया तो दैट टाइम पीरियड ही विल रिफ्लेक्ट कि मैं उस टाइम गोवा नशे में था, वो मेमोरी उसको हमेशा याद आएगी. सो एवरी टैटू विल रिफ्लेक्ट सम टाइम पीरियड इन योर पॉइंट. नाउ आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द टैटू ओनली, मे बी आई जस्ट हैड अ लुक, बट नाउ आई विल नॉट स्टार्ट जजिंग इट कि इसने ये क्यों बनवा लिया, ये तो अच्छा सा आर्मबैंड बना सकता है.
अग्रीड.
इट मींस समथिंग
स्पेशल टू मी. हां, सो मतलब वेरी इट रीड्स आर लाफिंग बुद्धा, बट इट इज नॉट एक्चुअली लाफिंग बुद्धा. It is laughing Buddha, which is for my grandfather.
Oh.
So it is a very personal tattoo.
Really nice.
So वो कोई कुछ भी बोले मुझे बताइए.
It's very personal.
हाँ, agreed.
So that's why I don't judge people or their tattoos normally.
So cool. What's the next plan? क्या सीन है, मतलब अगर हमेशा आर्ट में एक्सप्लोर करते ही आए हो तो कुछ तो सोचा होगा कि चलो अब हो गया टैटू, वो वाला फेज भी आया होगा कि कुछ और करके.
अभी हो गया है वो. I think मेरा I'm just hiring one more artist for Luxembourg studio, and as soon as I have one artist and one apprentice or maybe two artists, I'll start doing paintings, oil paintings and all, because I'm really interested in paintings. But I'd never.
You have done that in the past, right?
I've done a little bit.
Okay.
But I've not really explored and gone crazy into it.
Okay.
So once I have someone to work at the studio, I can at least do that full time. उससे ज़्यादा तो I'm a very simple guy. I don't drink and I don't party and also.
Okay.
I just go back home 5 o'clock there and play with my son some football. We go to the park and घर आके खाना खा के सो जाओ. So that
भाई जब इंडस्ट्री इतनी क्रेजी हो, मतलब टैटू आर्टिस्ट आर नोन एज पार्टी पीपल. मतलब मेरे लिए शौक है कि यू डोंट पार्टी.
Yeah, because I was a DJ that time, first
इतना कर लिया गया,
इतना ज़्यादा कर लिया. I used to command the whole party that time. So, but maybe it's not me. Some people 40-45 they are still crazy about these things, and then they make big in that. Some DJs who are still into. You have to be from heart. You have to be into it. But मेरे को ऐसा कुछ था नहीं. I'm more of a loner. I would. अगर मेरे को रात को नींद नहीं आ रही, just on my iPad or on a sketchbook, I'll just sit and draw some rough sketch, which I won't even post or anything. But मैं ऐसे rough कुछ doodle कर पाऊँ. तो that makes, and just listen to some podcast or something. So that is all I do. In fact, when I'm driving also, I'm always listening to not songs ever. I don't have any playlist in my phone. हमेशा.
Oh, बाप रे.
हाँ, मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है, कोई गाना वाना. I always have podcasts or ebooks I'm listening to audible, and I'm drawing. So that's very simple.
So cool.
Things that I like to do.
इतने साल, मतलब आराम से सोच के बता रहे हैं, इतने साल लोगों को टैटू करते हुए, उनको एक परमानेंट मेमोरीज देते हुए, क्या सीखे आया? कुछ तो एक लर्निंग आई होगी कि यार
there are a lot of people who are going through a lot of good and bad times, and a lot of people are going through hard times especially. So tattoo artists, I always tell them that they sometimes you have to play the part of a psychologist also, because like in Luxembourg right now, they took I think 10,000 or 50,000 something in between refugees from Ukraine. So a lot of people lost their homes and people who had businesses running in Ukraine, they came to Luxembourg, and then one girl and her mother came for a small tattoo because they promised that they will get the tattoo on her birthday. And when the birthday came, they were living as refugees in Luxembourg. Mother is living in some other house, because people offer their houses, like I have a room, I can offer it to some refugee, and the girl is living in some, but they wanted this tattoo because they promised last year. They did not know the war will happen. And now they came to my studio and they were literally crying that their whole 2 businesses are destroyed, their house is destroyed, and the lady, how she came to know about me was I put up some requirement that I want someone to clean my studio toilets and all. And that lady who had 2 businesses in Ukraine, came to the studio to earn just $15 an hour. She's like, I would like to clean your studio and toilets and everything. So life is unpredictable. This is the biggest lesson. This is just one small story, decent story I can relate to. India में भी ऐसे बहुत सी होती हैं that people have lost their houses or lost their homes or lost their businesses or lost some loved ones. So ऐसे मतलब that's why I say tattoo artists sometimes we have to play. We cannot play psychologists, but we have to be at the part of the listening. We have to be in the listening chair and someone is telling the story. And it's difficult to work with them. So this story I'm talking about, these people who had their own businesses, 2 houses, apartments, everything. Now they're refugees. They don't know what they'll earn. Government gives them €500 a month, which is not sufficient to live there. But they wanted this small tattoo, and now they're cleaning floors and all just to survive. So life is like this. So I always say, be thankful for whatever you have. Always try to be better and good to other people and elevate yourself, enhance yourself in terms of knowledge, in terms of humanity. यही सब मतलब है लाइफ में.
जीवन का तो ये
जीवन का ये, you have to be better every day, you have to be kinder to people every day, and पैसा तो आप कितना भी कमा लोगे वो कम ही रहेगा.
हाँ यार वो तो
I've built so many studios, houses, this, that, Mercedes, ये सब ले लिया, सब कुछ कर लिया, क्या करना है उसके बाद. Now I drove the car for a year, like I'll buy a normal car only because this is not me. Somehow I feel. But you only realize that when you reach that level. Otherwise you always aspire to buy that thing, a big house, a big car. But when you reach there, you realize that you are still eating the same food. You are still with your same friends and family. Nothing changes. So money should not change whatever you really are. And material things will never end. पैसा कभी इसका खत्म नहीं होगा. So I'm very happy. I only do 1 or 2 tattoos, small tattoos in a day वहाँ पे. I don't work extra क्योंकि I have money to eat and pay my rent and everything. There has to be a little bit of savings, but beyond that is just numbers in your bank account. True. It will not matter if your bank account has 5 crores or 8 crores or 15 crores or people who have 100 crores or they lose 50. It does not matter to them because they're not going to spend all that money anyway. True. So I'm still learning, so I don't know what else is next.
On that note, बहुत शुक्रिया for talking to us and sharing your knowledge, wisdom and a lot of gyan around tattoos. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, man.
That was Lokesh Verma from Devilz Tattooz and on Wassup Aabir podcast. Thank you. Bye.